So, how many of us worked or practiced a little bit this week? Did we remember to do some of our homework?
Yeah, every day. I
Yes.
do it every day before bed.
I love it. That's awesome. So good to hear. So today I thought what we would do is something a little different than what we have been doing over the last several weeks. We're going to practice a little Wim Hof breath. And the intent behind this, the narrative behind this style of breath is to stress your body a little bit and then bring your body back down. It's actually almost like taking a jar full of liquid and shaking it up a little and then letting it settle back down. And what it does is it really opens up your blood flow. It allows for more oxygen to be put into your blood stream, and it opens up the flowing of it a little bit better. So for any of us that have like the stroke experience or brain injury experience, you know that there tends to be a little bit of a blood flow issue within your body system. So this is intended to open it up. I am going to tell everybody, if you start to feel discomfort while we're doing this, don't push yourself further than what your body is telling you to do. Feel free to take this at your own pace. And try, like, I'm not going to tell you to try to keep up. It's not necessary. Do it the way that it feels right for your body in this moment. Okay. So, and just to explain a little bit, to get started, we're going to ground ourselves. We're going to set an intention today. I want you all to think about, just something as you're sitting here, getting comfortable. Make sure that you're comfortable and your sits bones are nice and seated on what you're sitting on. Go ahead and kind of wiggle around a little bit to kind of start to get some of that stagnicity out of your body system. And before we get into this, we're going to do a round of 30 breaths. And after the 30 breaths, we're going to do a hold with our breath, and we're going to try to hold our breath as long as we can individually, because we're all kind of on different levels with this. So as long as you can individually, and then after we hold the breath, we're going to go into a rest to sit and just kind of feel how our bodies are feeling. As we're breathing, we're going to be breathing through our nose on the inhale and exhaling through your mouth. It's going to be a little bit more rapid. We're going to do a little bit more of a higher tempo with our breath, and the force is going to be a little bit more force. We're going to want to use our bodies to pull all that air in, that oxygen in, and then push all of the toxicity and carbon dioxide out of our body and keep it in a nice rhythm. I will do a little counting through this, just so we can all kind of understand what the tempo is supposed to be. So if you want to take a moment and kind of set an intention, I will set an intention as always for the group of healing. But if there's something specific, whether it be, a situation or a feeling or a pain or something that you want, like specifically to throw out into the energy field that you're going to be creating, please feel free to do that within your own mind and space. And we're going to do a belly chest type of breath like we've done in the past. So let's go ahead and get ourselves grounded to our bodies. You can clap by opening up energy centers on your hands, Or if you can't clap your hands, you can put your hand on your lap and just smack your leg. Just clap it and awaken those empathy centers. Start to rub them together a little bit. Let's go ahead and place them and feel comfortable to place them wherever you want to place them. It's okay. I like to do my right hand on my heart and my left hand on my danjan, on my third chakra, on my sacral chakra. Okay. And just kind of feel the way that energy feels. Let's go ahead and settle into our seats and dim your gaze or close your eyes or leave them open, however you feel comfortable doing this. And we're going to start with an inhale of, you count to as deep of an inhale as you can take. I like to go to 5 or 6, and then my exhale of 5 or 6, and we're going to keep it in a repetition. So we'll do 5 inhale, 5 exhale. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep that tempo. Inhaling. 4, 5. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, keeping the tempo. And exhale, go ahead and do it within the count of your mind. We're going to keep on that same forceful inhale with a little force, and then exhale out all of that air and keep it going. We're about halfway through. Try to allow to unclench your jaw and drop your shoulders. Feeling your belly rise on the inhale through your chest, and then exhale out your chest and then your belly. We're going to do 10 more rounds. Belly, chest, exhale. And 5 more rounds. Two more rounds. And on this last inhale, we're going to hold at the top of the inhale. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. And do one more inhale. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. All of that air out. And just rest in your body, in the energy you've just created. Feel it circulating through your body. It's not abnormal to start to feel all kinds of different sensations. It's not abnormal to feel tingling or start to see like different, maybe cloudy vision or colored vision or any of those things that you might be feeling within your body. You might be feeling a little looser. If you want, please, I invite you to shake your body out a little bit. Just sit and rest in the way that your body is feeling right now. We're going to do a second round of 30 breaths with a fast-paced rhythm. We're going to challenge ourselves a little bit. We're not going to try to overstimulate our bodies. Try to rest in these breaths with each inhale and exhale. But I do want you to get the full feeling of what this style of breath can do for your body. I understand that it is a little taxing on our bodies, but sometimes with breath, it is not a bad idea to stress your body a little bit and then bring it back in, because it kind of shakes up your blood system with the oxygen that you're pulling in during these moments. And that only start flowing out of your body. So let's go ahead and rest back in with your eyes closed, or dim it a little if you feel comfortable doing that, or feel free to leave them open, however you feel comfortable. And we're going to start with an inhale of 5 and an exhale of 5. We're going to do a round of 30 more. Okay? And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3 mouths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale.
Let's just can we turn it down? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Just go through it.
barely, but yeah. No, that's fine.
Halfway point. If you feel you need to stop and take a break, please feel free. I invite you to come back and join us. We'll do the side move. And one more at the top of this next breath. After this, we're going to do a hold of 10. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhaling all of the air out of your body. Trying to pull your stomach into your back. And then just allow for normal breath pattern to form as you rest into the sensations that are happening within your body. Let's take a moment and bring awareness to the crown chakra, which is located at the top of your skull. Just be aware of the top part of your skull. Bring all awareness into the crown chakra at the top of your skull. Allow the energy to run back and forth along the top of your skull. Let's bring awareness to our brain within our skull. Allowing that energy to seep in through our skull, running and trickling through the inside of our brain. Allowing that energy to run down our face and the back of our heads. Let's take a minute within our brains. My brain is healing. My brain is healing. Please repeat to yourself the mantras that I am speaking. My brain is healing. Let's bring awareness into our throat and neck area, from our face down to our throat and neck area. Just pull that awareness into our heart chakra, spreading that healing energy from the crown all the way down into our heart. We're going to allow this energy to blanket around our shoulders, wrapping around our backs, penetrating through into the front part of our hearts. My body is healing. Bringing awareness down into our lungs, branching out around both sides of our body, into our upper abdomen, still wrapped around our backs. My body is healing. Bringing the awareness as it's dropping down into our lower abdomen, dropping into our pelvic floor, wrapping around the back sides of our legs, flowing into our thighs, my body is healing. Keeping with your body's normal breath pattern with a belly, chest breath. The awareness keeps streaming down both of our legs, wrapping around your hips and your knees, flowing into your ankles, over the heels of your feet, and across the fronts of your feet. Feel it running down each individual toe. My body is healing. Allow for that awareness to shine out the bottoms of your feet, circling around from your feet all the way up to your head, forming an energy of healing around you. Today, I am grateful and thankful for the healing energy that my body provides. Today, I recognize that my body is healing. Today, I welcome all the healing energy I need into my body system. I remove the blocks that I continuously put up to prevent my healing from happening. Today, I will love and show myself compassion during the moments of frustration and discontent with my healing. Today, I will remember my body is healing. Let's take and wrap our arms around ourselves and give ourselves a big squeeze with a smile, saying thank you. Thank you to your body for healing, for being safe, for providing the space to allow for healing to happen. Mm. You can begin to blink your eyes open whenever you're ready. Mm. Bringing your awareness back into the room you're sitting in, to the surface you're sitting on. Mm. Kind of wiggling out any stagnant energy that might still be there. Just kind of recognize and be aware of what your body feels like in this moment. You know, all week this week, I have just continuously been thinking about how my body is healing and how the journey has been so long, and how I've had moments through this that I feel like I'm not going fast enough. And then I've also had moments through this where I feel like I'm going too fast and I can't keep up emotionally or mentally. And this week I have just been resting in those feelings and understanding that those are very normal. I recognize today that my body is healing. And sometimes I look out into the world and I see that everybody else, I do that compare game where I'm like, well, this person's doing this and this person's doing that, and I want to be doing this and I want to be doing that. And it can be real easy for my brain and heart and mind and soul to get caught up onto that. I'm just not going fast enough. And in those moments, it's important for me to sit down and just realize I'm going at my speed, and my speed is fast enough.
And remember to keep that healing energy with you all week when you go into surgery.
Yes. So I open it up for anybody that would like to share.
That breathing style was effing wild. I mean, stirring things up that I haven't for a while, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I have a vascular necrosis in my in my legs, so like the bones are kind of dying and the bone marrow is drying up because I don't have very good circulation in one of my feet, the foot that was very affected by me being in a coma. And when they did surgery on it, they screwed the circulation up even worse. And then now I have a hip foot, but that sometimes screams at me when we do this breathing stuff, but it's not screaming at me because I'm wearing my circulation socks I got.
Oh, good.
So it's not screaming at me, but everything was all zingy for a little while. That was some wild breath work. I love that.
Cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like I got stirred up.
I feel like my leg is falling asleep.
Somebody
I
turned
think
me
I got a
upside
little
down and
stirred.
shook me.
Yeah. That's exactly what it does too. It feels, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced like at my physical therapist, they've put me on this vibrating machine where I've sat there and like you put your feet on it and it just kind of gyrates you like crazy really fast, and it makes your whole body like in a cup or a jar just shaking the water around.
Yeah. Like you
And
sit down in a paint shaker, one of those paint mixer machines.
exactly. Yeah.
What is that supposed to do?
It
Go ahead.
Just gets everything else shaken up.
it actually helps your body circulation and blood and just your body fluids that are all within your lymphatic system start to move more. And if you do have any kind of blockages or whatnot going on within your body, it allows for your heart to pump a little bit stronger. It allows for that movement of the fluids within your body to help break things up a little bit more. I strongly recommend to you all today to make sure that you drink a lot of water.
Right.
Lemon water is a great additive as well. If you want to add a little lemon to your water, it will help. If you have released anything through this practice, it'll help just push it out of your body system.
Good.
So lemon water or just regular water, just keep a lot of fluids today, water especially, on board.
Not, well, cold water, but also if you do like room temperature warm, your body absorbs that and it moves everything a lot quicker, I find. Well,
Room temperature water is actually more suggested for people who are in the state of healing because your body doesn't have to use excess energy to get it to your body's temperature.
Right.
If you're putting the fluid into your body in the temperature that your body already is or close to it, your body doesn't have to exert any additional energy to process it.
Oh, okay.
Some of us just don't like hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
I drink all my water room temperature.
Yes, me too.
I like room temperature water. It helps remove fat a lot quicker. Also, warm water or room temperature to warm also helps it gets everything in your body moving, so you expel fats and take care of that issue or anything that's stagnant laying around.
Would anybody else like to share?
I have one. In the first breath exercise, all of a sudden I had this wind come through me like I was in a windstorm. It's like it happened so fast and I don't know what happened. But
That is neat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love hearing how the sensations of your bodies, everybody's is always so different, and it's so neat to me. You know? That's really fascinating, Winnie. Thank you for sharing. This is not, I want to say this too, because if you choose to practice this type of breath outside of here, this is not a breath that I recommend you practice every day. This
okay.
style, because we are in a state of healing, this style of breath is maybe something I would bring in once every couple weeks. I wouldn't do it very often. Due to the other things that you have going on, causing stress on top of your body already being stressed out isn't generally the best idea. I just really wanted to show you guys this because this is a neat way to kind of utilize the breath a little differently. Especially like if you have a day where you're feeling a lot of heaviness or like your body just isn't working, like you're feeling a lot of tightness, a lot of spasticity, maybe this breath might not be a bad idea to try every so often. But on the regular, if you're going to practice, I would really invite you to do the other styles of breath on a daily basis, just the typical in and out, the more somatic styles of breath where it's a little bit slower and not so taxing on your body system.
Right.
Okay.
I have a hard time controlling the inhale. I'm not so much have a problem with the exhale, but I have a problem with the inhale. Can you suggest anything for that?
Practice. And
Okay.
maybe just go a little slower if you can. When you're inhaling, a good thing that I use is the quieter you can make your breath, the quieter, like whenever you're inhaling, if you can make it like you can't even hear it. Yeah, and usually, like for me, I have to go, I breathe really slow when I'm trying to do this. And I just inhale and I count in my head, like maybe to 5, just nice, and so you can't hear it. Now I can inhale where you can hear it for sure. But the more force you put behind it, the more taxing it's going to be on your body.
Okay.
So maybe try to quiet that down and go a little bit slower and practice. I just recommend that you practice. I'd like to, does anybody else want to say anything else?
Today definitely I could feel the difference with the faster pace. I felt like some kind of energy from the lower abdomen was going up.
That's what we're trying to do. Yes, we're trying to raise your energy up from your dantian, from your sacral chakra, up into your body. This is like one of your main energy centers down here in your dantian. And we're trying to get it up throughout your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice because what we like to do is bubble ourselves up. Kind of like make a energy bubble around us. That's exactly what's supposed to be going on. I love it. That's awesome.
Okay, super.
Teresa, I have the same issue, and slowing down, I think, helps. I also stopped counting. I found I would go like 1, 2, 3, and I couldn't get 4 and 5 because I was already full. So I just slowed down and I listened to Angelia, and then when I do it on my own, I don't care if I hit 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Just
I was.
Once I stopped doing that, like, because I'd go like 1, 2, 3. I can't pull any more in after doing 3 big breaths like that. So yeah, just
No, I like when Angelia counts, because if I count, I kind of like get mixed up.
Right.
I forget that I'm inhaling instead of counting.
I found myself counting instead of inhaling properly.
Yeah.
you know.
I think you kind of got to find your way. Like some people, I know
Yeah.
for myself, I don't really care for the counting in my own practice. I really like just using the rhythm of music. That's why I always bring music into it. And I like to, by the rhythm of music, my body kind of lines up with that rhythm. And then I kind of stick within that rhythm of the
I kind
music
of
that I'm
stick
using.
with how much I remember how much breath, chest raises and
Mhm.
yeah,
Belly, chest,
yeah.
exhale. Yeah. It's always good to keep your hands on your body so you can kind of feel the action of your belly rising and then your chest, it moving up into your chest too.
Yeah.
So next week, what we're going to do is a really nice meditation, but we're going to get back a little deeper into some somatic breath. And it's going to get a little bit interesting. And next week, what I want to make sure for all of us is that where we're setting, we're going to be able to move a little bit more.
Okay.
Just kind of like allow yourself, if you want, you can bring a mat, you can sit down on the I don't know if you can get on the floor, but if you can't, that's okay. You can sit on the couch, on a chair. It's totally okay. But we're going to start we're going to incorporate a little bit of taps into this as well. It's called body taps into our breath.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be really neat. Body taps is one of my favorite practices, and it's something I've been wanting to do in this group, but I'm just trying to see where I can fit it in. And I think next week, now that we've done this for a few weeks now, I think we're at the point where body taps would be, I think it's something you guys would enjoy. So we're going to do some body taps with some somatic breath, and it's going to be exciting. This week through this week, I would like to see some practice, please. Let's try to just make sure that we're giving ourselves our daily 2 minutes each day of practice. It can be in the morning, it can be at night, it can wherever you feel you want to fit it in. Just doing that rhythmic in through the nose and out through the nose this week. We're not going to include any exhaling out of our mouth this week. Anytime you guys sit to practice, remember, inhale through the nose, out through the nose, and keep it at the same rhythm. 5 and 5, or 4 and 4, or 3 and 3, however your body will allow the air to move through your body for 2 minutes each day. And I'll be checking. I'll be checking. So what a great, awesome. What a great breath practice. You guys are such fantastic people. I'm so glad that I get to come and do this with you all.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Abraham,
This is
I have
awesome.
a question for you, if that's okay.
Yes.
You mentioned something about bad circulation. How did you find out?
How did I find out? Every time I stepped, my right, it's my right foot, it hurt really bad. And, well, when I was 23 years old, I was just fooling around. This kid stepped on my foot, and my foot likes to go up on its side, and that's when he stepped on it. So it dislocated like all the bones. And when I had surgery to kind of fix that, wherever they put the screws, it cut off the circulation, and
wow,
it started getting really sore. And but after they put some hip bone in there and fixed it all up or whatever, it seems to be doing good. I wasn't supposed to, but I ran that 5K and everything, and I'm starting to get like some sort of arthritis in there, but I figured I earned that arthritis, so it's all right with me.
You earned that badge.
After you stroke, did
Sophia,
you, when you were walking, did you have any pain in your hips?
After my stroke, not
Yeah, when you
significant.
were in PT or at home, like when you walked around.
I don't think so. I don't remember
No.
any excess pain, especially in my hips. Bridges help that. They'll make your hips stronger. And if you look that
Have
up
to
on
work more
YouTube
on
about
that.
how to stretch out your hips and everything, also do those stretches, because that also will help that whole area and sit more comfortably.
Yeah.
You can do it seated too. Basic figure 4 stretch will help your hips. That's basically where you put your ankle on one knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do
And
that
then
too.
you can lift it and pull it towards you and do different things like we do in yoga class. I got 2 other things to say to you, Sophia. Hip pain's generally core weakness and hip weakness as opposed to anything circulation based. As far as I know, I'm not a doctor, but that's a guess. I had it, and I've kind of, believe it or not, I fixed it 14 years out doing those glute sit-to-stands with a TheraBand where you open up your knees and do sit-to-stands. It activates your glutes. So most stroke survivors have trouble
with like
activating the
TheraBands
glute.
like that.
Yeah.
Like with loop TheraBands, you just put them on your legs and stand up. Like so you're stretching and putting it.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. I'll give it a try. That sounds good. I like having strong hips.
Okay, it's actually not a loop. I mean, it's a loop. But
Well, mine is.
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
but mine's a
Yeah,
tied.
I used to have that one too. They gave
Well,
that
this is
one
just
to
a
me in
piece
physical therapy.
that's tied.
Exactly. And this is just like an aftermarket one I got on Amazon. It was like $10 for a whole set of them.
Right. Okay, so this one my physical therapist tied.
Okay.
Maybe you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
So it's snug. It's not tight. It's snug when your knees are together. And then basically you pull your knees out.
I see.
Yeah, and just stand and do a bunch of stands.
And then do your
right.
stand.
And that's kind of like
the
the same principle as doing a bridge.
It's a lot like doing a bridge. However, when you do a bridge, you typically push inward to balance out your 2 legs. But you can also activate your glutes doing the same thing with a bridge instead of a sit-to-stand. If you can't stand, actually most people who can't stand can't get on the ground either. So another way of doing them is to pull out while you're doing bridges. Also, if you push in while you're doing bridges, it evens out, makes your affected leg carry closer to 50%. The other thing is I looked after a stroke survivor who was also a diabetic. He ended up losing his affected leg due to a diabetic heel ulcer. But one of the things that we did was they wanted to check on circulation. And I took him to an appointment where he saw a circulation specialist, and they did ultrasound on both of his legs. And
yeah, I did something like that. They put some dye in there and see how it circulated through, I don't know, their otoscope or whatever.
I don't remember if there was dye or not, but I remember that they, did like an ultrasound, where they put that ice cold jelly on you.
See, it's not that newfangled around here. We're still out in the boondocks.
Oh.
They just injected me with some dye, and somebody looked at it.
Well, yeah, contrast dye could be some other type of test, and they could have given him some dye. It was 4 or 5 years ago, but
I don't.
If you want to have the circulation checked, you would see some type of circulation specialist, and they'll do some kind of ultrasound on you.
And chances are nowadays you'd have to talk to your PCP and get a referral or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Chris's
Probably just-
referral came from the
Well,
womb.
on Wednesday, I went back to my PT/OT, so I mentioned to them about my hip pain. So we'll see what they're gonna do for that.
I had a lot of hip pain myself. I still have a lot of hip pain. And I know, but for me, it wasn't so much about anything other than your psoas muscles is what it's called, is right in your hip area and your pelvic floor area. And on my affected side, it was really tight. And I had to be able to get down to the ground to be able to stretch those out. And I don't know if you're having any problems with your feet. But like I know for myself, my foot, the spasticity has kind of turned my foot where it doesn't plant right. And any issue that I'm having structurally now is all related to how my foot itself isn't planting on the ground properly and it's not working properly. When you have a planting issue with your feet, it will cause the entire rest of it to be unaligned a little bit.
Right.
It feels as though my hip is sitting lower than my left hip. My right hip, my affected side, is sitting lower than my unaffected side.
A little bit up.
The muscles
Yeah,
work.
like I'm tilted a little bit.
And you do the hip dip thing.
Yeah, and I am
tell you,
tilted
when I
though.
started doing this, I had pain probably 5 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here thinking, I can't remember the last time I had hip pain at night. After I started, it went to like maybe 1 day a week, and it's been at least a month or two now. And I don't do them as religiously as I used to. I did, I did 20 at a time, 3 sets. I did 60 a day for about 2 months. And I seem to have got my glutes talking to my brain, because I haven't been doing it enough, for it to be a benefit like it was. So I haven't not checked back in with my physical therapist, but I would have to think that I did it enough where I got the connection going, because he was saying, and if you read up on glutes and stroke, a lot of times what's happening is your quads and hamstrings are doing all the work and firing, and your glutes don't. We don't use our glutes as much. I think they were used more when we ran on all fours.
Oh, okay.
So they're evolutionarily, wow, on the way out.
Calling out the big word.
Yeah, that's a real big word.
And that's like a $10 word.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle.
Thanks for coming.
Nice to see you, Michelle.
She's gone. All right.
All right, well, we can close this up.
All right.
I took
I
my
don't think
blood
we closed
pressure.
it.
It keeps on coming at E3 for some reason. It doesn't want to work now.
So, Billy, we want you to take your blood pressure.
I did. I took it. I took it three times. It comes up E3.
Have you taken it since the class?
Yeah. I took it earlier.
Was it lower or higher?
It hasn't come up at all. Come up with E3.
Oh, you must have just gone ahead and dropped dead.
You don't have a pulse anymore. Don't worry about it.
That's for those of you who don't know, that's one of Billy's famous lines. One time in one of these meetings, he said, "Sometimes it's easier to just go ahead and drop dead."
Right.
Right.
Of course it isn't, but
well.
All right, well, let's get this closed out. So
okay.
We're just going to say our chant of happy brain, happy body, healing body. Happy brain, happy body, healing body. Thank you, everyone. This was awesome.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Have a good day.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you
Thank you
very much.
See you next week.
You got it.